It has been a soggy March so far for many parts of the UK, not least for this weather watcher in Warwickshire and in Cambridge. We've already seen more than 2.5 times the rainfall we would normally expect in a typical March. But let's look further north to Kirkwall in Orkney, because up to 9 o'clock this morning here, we'd only seen 1/3 of the rainfall we would normally expect. However, those rain gauges have had a bit of a top up today. This band of cloud pushing northwards across Orkney and Shetland, bringing some outbreaks of rain.
Hello there, good afternoon. It's certainly still mild out there. We've still got a brisk southwesterly wind blowing, some more showers to come in the forecast. But the big difference between today's weather and yesterday's is that today there's a lot more brightness and sunshine around, as illustrated by our weather watchers here in southwest London.
Good evening, good to see you. Now, if the rain's been playing havoc with your hair, well, let's take a leaf out of this one's book and just go for it. I mean, that is how to do spiky, isn't it? And how's that for a beautiful, calm, spring-like scene? The weather might be a bit unsettled, but look at the temperature difference. We had a high of 10 degrees Tuesday last week. We're getting highs this week of around 15, so it is a bit milder, something to enjoy as we are now very much firmly in spring. However, we give with one hand, take away with the other. There's a showery mix outside, and we go a little step further tonight and things are going to be wet and windy. But by tomorrow morning, although it's a bit of a grey start, things should then start to improve. We'll hope for a bit of sunshine, although the showers never too far away. So the outlook, not a vast amount of change. Showers at times, the wind's a bit blustery, the temperatures around about average or maybe a touch above. They are coming down a bit into the weekend, but we're expecting them to pick up again into next week. That's it for now. See you later on. Cheerio.
Well, it's been another unsettled day today, but rather than the really persistent rain, we actually had some brighter skies. It was a day of sunny spells and passing shower clouds like these. But those rainfall totals have been topping up, and there are quite a few places now that have seen over 1.5 times the March average rainfall. And we do have more rain still around the corner.
With Elizabeth Rizzini being attacked by a daffodil.
Yeah, my giant daffodil. Yeah, I do like this picture. It's quite Triffid-like, isn't it? I think. Well, the big difference between yesterday's weather and today's is that, yeah, it was mild, it was breezy, there were showers, but there was actually some sunshine as well. So, yeah, giant daffodils in sunny Sutton here and beautiful blossom in Beckenham, as recorded by Barbara, with all of that blue sky around as well. But this has got to be my favourite weather watcher picture of the day. Same weather watcher, the ducklings again, and these were in Morden. Very good weather for ducks, of course, for the rest of the week. Yes, there'll be some brighter spells at times, but also quite a lot of rain. It's also going to be quite blustery as well, so very unsettled and staying mild until we get to Sunday.
And it is March, so we should expect it to be windy, and there are warnings in place for some pretty strong gusts in Scotland tomorrow. And Alex is here to tell us more.
Yes, it's going to be fairly unsettled as we head through the next 24 hours or so. In fact, the Met Office earlier today took a look at the situation and decided to issue a wind warning across much of Scotland, and that kicks in at 4 o'clock on Wednesday morning until 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, quite widely, we're looking at gusts of between 50 to 60 miles per hour, even inland and up over higher routes. But out towards exposed western coast in particular, we could see gusts touching around 75 miles per hour. Of course, all of this is strong enough to cause some disruption. In fact, Network Rail Scotland have already put some provisions in place. So along some of their coastal routes, some services will be running slightly slower. And that's because the strong winds will be combined with a pretty high tide tomorrow morning. And also they're putting extra staff out with chainsaws just in case there is any debris or trees fallen onto the tracks. Well, let's take a look at how this is all happening. And if we take a look at our pressure pattern setup as we head through to Thursday, you can see we get bombarded with a number of areas of low pressure, fairly tightly packed isobar, so the wind's picking up. And I know that wind warning is in place across Scotland tonight, but I think everywhere it is going to be a fairly breezy night to come. So as I say, do travel carefully tomorrow, particularly in Scotland. Perhaps do check before you travel. Well, certainly do keep your brolly handy as we head through the next 24 hours. There's going to be rain at times over the next few days anyway. Quite windy conditions, as I've mentioned before, but temperatures are actually quite mild. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere tomorrow afternoon, more so in the south, probably touch 17 degrees Celsius. So that's how it's looking this evening. As I say, that wind warning very much in place across Scotland. So as I say, check before you travel tomorrow morning. There could be some disruption.
All right, Alex, thank you.